And welcome back to America Right Now. I'm Tom Basili. It is time for our Patriot of the Week. Each Saturday, we honor a person or an organization that is making America proud by helping others. This week, we salute Priscilla Jane Hill. She's the coordinator of the Ridgedale Patriots Quilts of Valor, an organization where volunteers handmake quilts that are gifted to service members and veterans. Let's welcome Jane to America Right Now. Jane, great to see you. Quilts of Valor is part of a larger national organization. You started a local chapter in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area 4 years ago. Talk to us about what the organization does.
Yes, I started it 4 years ago as a capstone project through my DAR, which is Daughters of America Revolution. And we have 11 members now, mostly from my Sunday school class, but we welcome others to come and join us. We meet twice a month and we work on preparing the quilts, the top, and we have pressers, we have cutters, and there's a job for every person that would like to join our group.
So what made you start doing this? I know there are a lot of different causes that you could have gotten involved with, but making these quilts, and by the way, I've been there when some of those quilts have been presented to veterans, and again, this is a larger national effort,
right.
And it's very emotional. It really is. It's something very special. They appreciate it so much. But what made you start doing this?
Well, my husband was in the Navy, and my son has spent 22 years in the Air Force. And it's always been just on my heart to work with veterans. And 15 years ago, I started a Veterans Appreciation Banquet at our church. And then when this opportunity came up, I said, this would be great to instill or incorporate the Quilts of Valor with our Veterans Banquet. And we give quilts all over Chattanooga and the surrounding area, not just within our own church. This year at our veterans program, we had a gentleman from Dalton that had 7 Purple Hearts.
Oh, wow.
And you talk about tears. We were in tears when we presented him that quilt that night.
And they're all different. They're all very unique. They're one of a kind. How do you come up with the designs for the quilts, Jane?
Well, each of the sewers, we have about 4 sewers in our group. They just design whatever pattern they would like. And I buy a lot of the panels, and we like to use the panels whenever we can. It just seems like it's a little bit more festive if we use the panels, exactly the one that you're showing right now. But we come up with our own designs. And of course, the Quilts of Valor Foundation has free patterns that we can use as well. We incorporate the red, white, and blue. You don't necessarily have to, but we do. And we always try to incorporate a patriotic pattern as well.
Now, to date, the National Quilts of Valor organization has made some 300,000 quilts. How many have you made locally there in your chapter?
4 years, we've done 113 presentations. Oh, wow. And we have a couple of quilts already in stock for presenting after the first of the year. Another thing that I would like to mention is this quilt label that goes on every quilt, which makes it an official Quilt of Valor. I write their names, the years that they have been in service, and what branch, and also when they're receiving their quilt.
That's really terrific, and it makes it, they really are very special, and so much care and love and time goes into them. Now, how are you funded, and what can our viewers do to help you and your organization locally or nationally?
Well, nationally, they can go online at Quilts of Valor Foundation, and that's where you nominate a person that you would like to have presented a quilt. They can also give funding donations. We don't ask for any money at all. It's all through donations. And then our church does have a budget for us, but fortunately, we haven't had to use that budget. Donations is the way that we are funded. And of course, then all of us pitch in. If I see fabric, I'll buy it, that I think we could use. And, we don't get reimbursed for that. Of course, we don't ask to be.
Well, it means so much to these veterans. Priscilla Jane Hill, you and everyone at Quilts of Valor, you're our Patriots of the Week. Thank you so much for honoring our heroes and making sure they know that they're never forgotten.
Thank you very much.
All right, and that